Hey everybody, my name is April and this is Thrifty Mom. Welcome to my channel. So today's video is 5 more Harry Potter DIY Christmas decorations. As you can see behind me, I have a small Harry Potter Christmas tree. My daughter turned 7 by the time you're watching this. She is 7, but she loves Harry Potter this year. She's really into it, and I asked her, because her birthday's around Christmas, if she would love a Harry Potter tree, and she said yes. So I made 10 Christmas decorations. 9 of them are ornaments, and 1 of them is a house tree scarf, and I'll have that video linked up above. But yes, this is the 5 remaining ornaments that I have, and later on I will be posting a tree decorate with me where I decorate the tree with all the ornaments. But before we get into all that, please like and subscribe. Join our family. We have more Vlogmas coming. Sometimes it feels like it's going really fast, but slow at the same time because you still have so much to do. It's a lot. It's a lot. Birthdays and Christmas at the same time can be a lot. But yes, we're having tons of fun. She's just got done having her little at-home birthday party, if you can't tell by the things behind me. But let's go ahead and jump in and see how to make these 5 Harry Potter DIY ornaments. So our first ornament, we are going to be making Harry Potter books. I originally had the idea of doing spell books, but I later decided that I would do all 7 of the Harry Potter reading books. So first we are going to start off with super gluing our wooden Jenga blocks that I picked up from the Dollar Tree, putting 2 together. You'll do this 7 times, and it's just that one row of 2. After your glue is dry, you're going to want to paint the Jenga blocks white. That way it looks like pages in a book. After your white paint dries, you're going to want to measure out on a foam sheet how much foam you're going to need for the book. You see me moving the blocks every which way to kind of see how much foam I'm going to need. And once I'm satisfied, I'm pressing my finger along the wooden blocks to put an indentation in the foam. That way I know where to cut. After you cut out your piece of foam, I'm just using hot glue to secure the wooden blocks to the foam. You'll want to do it to the bottom and the top. Make sure you smooth the hot glue down, that way you do not have any lumps. And you'll see that I'm just trimming the bottom part to match the top part. That way it looks more like an even book. Like I said, with the blocks, you're going to want to measure out the foam 7 times. That way you have 7 book covers. After I hot glue down all the books, I go and trim every single book. That way they are even. You see my little pile starting to stack up. And so here I just decided to put the names of each Harry Potter book on the spines of the book. If you have a colored printer, you can definitely print out color versions of the book covers, and that would be super cute too. But I only have a black and white printer, so I didn't think it would look as great, so I just used colored foam and wrote the name of each book on the spine. After I label all the spines, I'm going to start stacking and gluing all the books together. That way they are just one stack of Harry Potter books for one ornament. I go the last book to the first book, the last book being on the bottom and the first being on the top. And I tried to look at the book covers and decide which color I kind of liked for each book that I'm representing. Like I said before, you could totally just print out some book covers and that would be super cute too. But I wanted to keep it simple, so I just tried to match the colors to each book. And here's the stack all glued together. You are going to want to glue a piece of twine to the top. That way you can hang it onto your tree. Now onto our next ornament. You're just going to need one of these wooden round shapes that I picked up from Walmart for about $1.50 for 6, but you'll just need one. Some pink paint and some green puff paint. First, you're going to start with, of course, I keep dropping it onto the table and it left pink marks. But first, you're going to want to paint your round wooden form pink because we are making Harry Potter's pink birthday cake from the very first movie that Hagrid brings him when he's about to take him to Hogwarts. I do try to leave a little bit of a texture on the top of the wooden form. That way it looks more like icing. And here I'm going to start trying to add puff paint to make letters. And whoops, a bunch spilled out. But all you have to do is wipe it away and kind of start over again. Just make sure you wipe it away before it gets too dry. I do start with the A instead of starting at the very beginning, just to kind of figure out my spacing on the round ornament. And I, of course, know that Happy is not spelled this way, but I wanted to kind of stick with the movie and the way he spelled it on the birthday cake. And here, instead of adding Harry, I put down Emma because it is Emma's birthday Christmas tree kind of combo, so I wanted it to be a happy birthday Emma ornament. You are going to want to let the puff paint dry for, I would say, at least 3 hours, if not 24. So this next ornament's pretty simple. You just need parchment paper and some keys. We picked these up from Amazon for a different project, so they're just kind of laying around the house. But I believe you can get a pretty big pack for like $6. And then you'll need some parchment papers to make the flying keys wings. Here I'm just going to sketch out the first pair of wings with a pencil. I do keep the key in the middle just to know where I'm going to need to glue it down. After you draw your outline and then a little design on the inside, I'm going to draw over the pencil with a permanent marker. And after finishing going over the pencil lining, I'm going to fold my parchment paper and copy the wings that I just drew using a permanent marker. This was far easier than making a new pair of wings every time. And I flipped the parchment paper over again to draw wings a few more times. After you cut out the wings from the parchment paper, you're going to use your hot glue gun to attach the wings to a key. Like I said, I made several of these to hang among the tree because I thought it would just be kind of a cooler filler ornament. And this ornament, we are making golden snitches. It's fairly simple, just like the golden keys. You're just going to need ball ornaments, gold ball ornaments from Dollar Tree, and some parchment paper. So here I am folding the parchment paper because I'm going to make multiples at one time. And I'm just going to sketch out one wing. I believe I made 6 golden snitches, so you're going to need 12 in total. After I sketch a few, I am going to cut out all of them. Keep the paper folded, that way when you cut, you are cutting multiples instead of having to cut 12 times. And here I'm just adding a little bit of detail to the golden snitch wings. I am putting several together, that way I won't have to cut so much. I can just cut all at the same time. And pretty much the detail that I'm doing is just adding a little fringe onto the bottom of the wing. I just space every little so often and add a little cut. But be sure not to cut too far up or it will break the wing. Now I'm just going to apply the wings onto the gold ball ornaments that I picked up from Dollar Tree with hot glue. I picked these gold ornaments because they had a little bit of a design on the ball and I just thought it looked a little bit like a golden snitch. Of course I glue it and then I fold the paper just a little bit and push down. That way the wings on the golden snitch would stay out instead of kind of folding in. And you're going to apply both wings on all 6 balls. Counting, there might be 7, so all 7 balls. So on our last ornament, you're just going to need a thick piece of paper. You can use cardstock, this is watercolor paper, and some scissors and some red wax. Here I'm just sketching out a design that looks like the Harry Potter invitation on the back. Invitation or welcome or the acceptance letter, the Hogwarts acceptance letter from Harry Potter. I've been calling it invitation this entire time, but it's an acceptance letter. But I'm sketching out a unique back. And now I'll just cut where I drew out the lines. After cutting it out, you can still see a little bit of the lines that I sketched, so I just flip it over and will apply hot glue onto the paper and glue it down onto the other side of the paper. You could make it look more like, fold it more like an envelope, but I thought this worked just as well, especially for a tree ornament. Now if I was mailing it, I would make a real envelope. Now to add the wax. I just got a little bit of wax out of my wax warmer, and I'm going to use a water bottle cap to kind of press it down to kind of make it look more like a seal. But the more I played with the wax, it started to break apart. So in the end, I decided just to put some hot glue over the top to seal down the wax. You could also probably just use red hot glue. So here I did the lettering in the front of the envelope, and it was my daughter's name instead of Harry Potter, but I lost that footage, so you could totally just look that up and do that on your own, or you can print it out yourself. So that is the 5 DIY ornaments. Thank you so much for watching, and comment below and let us know which ornament is your favorite and what Harry Potter character is your favorite too. So yeah, that's it for now. Stay tuned for the Harry Potter tree decoration video. I pretty much kind of take you through the steps of, you want everyone to see, don't you? He's starting to become regular as much as Emma is on the channel. But here's Chunk. He says hello. Say hello. But yes, thank you so much for watching. We will see you again. And yes, Merry Christmas. See you later.